If you've ever been part of building a website or an app, you know that pressure, right? The pressure to just build fast and get it out there. But what if all that speed is actually setting you up to fail? Today, we're going to explore a different way of thinking, a blueprint for building digital products that are designed not just to launch, but to actually last.
So let's start with this question, because it's a feeling a lot of founders and businesses have. You launch a new product, it looks fantastic on the surface, but underneath, it just feels, well, fragile. This isn't just bad luck. It's usually the results of a really common, flawed approach. It's a mindset that I call the delivery trap.
Okay, so what in the world is the delivery trap? Well, think of it as the default setting for how most digital projects get started. And it's so seductive, it feels really productive, but it almost always ends up prioritizing all the wrong things from the get-go.
For most people in this space, the name of the game is delivery. The entire goal becomes just shipping features, hitting those deadlines, and getting something, honestly anything, out the door as fast as humanly possible. The whole process is built around output. But this obsession with speed means we often forget to ask the most important questions before we even start.
And that brings us to the core idea we're talking about today. We need a fundamental shift in our thinking. Instead of being obsessed with delivery, the much better approach is to focus on decisions. It's all about moving from just asking what we're building to really, truly understanding why.
Let's look at these two mindsets side by side. The delivery mindset, it's all about the short term. More features, a faster launch, quick results. It's basically a sprint towards a finish line, often without ever checking the map. Now, the alternative is the decisions mindset. This is about playing the long game. It's about building a solid, sturdy structure that prioritizes sustainability so it can support growth for years and years to come.
So, what does it really mean to focus on decisions? It means you're making these incredibly crucial strategic choices up front. It's not just about what to build. It's also, and this is a big one, about what not to build. It's about figuring out what you can delay, and most importantly, identifying the parts of the foundation that have to be absolutely rock solid from day one. These are the choices that really define a product's future. Now, this decisions philosophy isn't just some abstract theory. It's a real, practical framework. You can think of it like an architect's plan for building something that's meant to last. One studio actually calls this the Woltex blueprint, and it's built on 3 core pillars.
So here are the 3 pillars of that blueprint. First up, architecture before aesthetics. This just means the underlying structure, the code, the database, how users move through it, all of that has to be solid before you even think about picking a color palette. Second, systems before shortcuts. This is all about building repeatable processes that can scale and avoiding those quick hacks that create technical debt, the problems you'll have to pay back with interest down the road. And third, sustainable growth over fast traffic. The goal here is to attract the right audience, people who will actually use and value your product, not just to generate a temporary spike in traffic that disappears tomorrow. This really powerful idea that careful thought has to come before any action isn't just a nice concept. It's actually the guiding principle of a studio that puts this exact blueprint into practice every single day.
And here it is, in its simplest form. Thinking comes before building. You see, the most critical work, the strategy, the research, all those hard decisions, it all happens long before anyone writes a single line of code. That initial thinking is the foundation for everything else that follows.
And the studio that's built its entire practice around this philosophy, it's called Woltex. Their whole mission is a direct result of that decisions mindset, to create products that are clear, scalable, and reliable. They work with businesses who get that a quick website just isn't enough. What they really need is a true foundation for growth.
In practice, this all translates into these core services. It's really the whole package, from the fundamental development of the product itself to the technical optimization you need to get found online, all the way to the long-term strategy required to grow a healthy digital presence. Each service is just another piece of that solid foundation.
Okay, let's bring this all together. Why is this blueprint so critical for a growing business? Well, it really comes down to a simple, fundamental truth about building things that are made to last.
And here's the ultimate takeaway. The product that's built with a bunch of shortcuts might seem faster at first, but it always leads to a fragile platform that's crazy expensive to fix and nearly impossible to scale. A solid structure, on the other hand, is an investment that pays you back for years to come.
And the results of that investment? They're totally tangible. You got a product that users actually understand, that can grow with your business without breaking, and that becomes a stable asset instead of a constant source of stress. It's the difference between building for a launch date and building for a legacy.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. When you look at your own digital presence, your website, your app, your overall strategy, do you see a carefully considered blueprint that's designed for the long haul? Or do you see a collection of shortcuts? The answer is going to tell you a whole lot about where you're headed. Thanks for joining me for this one.